Hello my beautiful fragrance family, Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell notification, and I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That $40-ish and $100 range, and most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And yeah, Battle Wound, I got whacked pretty good by a stick, and so you're going to see that for the next few episodes anyhow. I've been doing some classic fragrances lately. For one reason, they don't get talked about all that much anymore, and probably the biggest reason is my rack stores have been a barren desert wasteland lately. As far as like the clones and stuff, everybody's talking about this Vamos Voyage and stuff like that. I can't find it. And there's like all kinds of other ones that you guys are throwing out, but I just can't find them. I'm going not to just my local rack store, I'm going all over the place, and I'm not finding any of these things. So I'm going to be bringing some of the classics because you see them in the rack stores all the time, and you just don't hear a lot about them. You guys probably know what they smell like and stuff like that, but I'm going to act like you don't. So without blabbering too much, let's just get into my talk and my take on Davidoff Cool Water, the original. Same shape and color as all the other cool water bottles. Well, not necessarily the same color, but similar, different hues and stuff like that. The atomizer lid it fits real nice into place, does that little squish down thing almost like there's an air pocket. And the atomizer is a nice, solid, hefty atomizer. So if you don't know what this smells like, it's very, very fresh. Very fresh. It's aquatic, minty, rosemary, fresh, spicy. It's so crisp and fresh up top, you would almost think that there's like ginger or like a hint of some kind of citrus or something like that, but there's no ginger listed, there's no citrus listed, but it has that kind of a feel with the rosemary and the mint mixture, I guess, with the aquatics, kind of giving it like a, almost in a weird way, like a praline, like the citrus leaves. It almost has like that kind of a feel. And in the dry down, like it starts morphing after about 20 minutes or so. You start picking up on a little bit more of the florals, like the geranium starts coming out, and then in the deep dry down of this thing, it gets a bit creamier. The sandalwood becomes a lot more present. A lot of people compare this to Creed's Green Irish Tweed. The thing with that is, that came out in 1995, right? Green Irish Tweed did. I think. I'm pretty sure it's 95. I could be a little wrong. But this came out, or 85, what'd I say? Green Irish Tweed came out in like 85, this came out in like 88. And wouldn't you know, they're done by the same perfumer, believe it or not. So a lot of people compare this to that. Now, would I say this is a direct clone of that, or a copy of it? No, I would not. I don't think that it's that close to be that, because and it's hard to say that it's heavily inspired because it was the same dude that did it, right? But I think that he did borrow a lot of ideas from that DNA and did put it into this one, because it's the dry down. Deep into the dry down, an hour and a half or 2 hours into this thing, that's when you'll say, wow, this smells a lot like Green Irish Tweed. I'm saying probably 80% similar, maybe more, maybe a little bit more than 80% similar in the dry down. The opening, not so much, because Green Irish Tweed has a whole lot more florals and it's creamier in the opening. This is more fresh, spicy, green, and bright in the opening. Green Irish Tweed is more of a fresh cut grass, whereas this is more of a minty, like I said, almost like a praline type of a citrusy smell without having any citrus in it. This is brighter and sharper, whereas that's smoother and creamier. And it's the dry down of this where you find most of the similarities. So you can have both of them and it won't be that redundant, or any of the knockoffs like the Lattafa Ragba for men, or Armaf Trainaway. They're both pretty similar to Green Irish Tweed. This is kind of like Green Irish Tweed with a little bit of a Middle Eastern spicy take on it. So it's a summer fragrance, awesome for the spring, great for the summer. Easily enjoyed by any age, because it's fresh, it's easy, it's inoffensive, but it is quite classical smelling. I don't want to say it's dated smelling, but since it's been around so long and it made such a name for itself, it's not like it's played out or anything like that, but it's not so much of a, how do I say it? I would hate to say that it's not timeless either. It's just, it's a nice freshie. I'll just say that. It's a nice freshie. If I give it a rating today, based on everything else that's around it, not saying that this is less unique or anything like that, it's like a 5.5. It's a 5.5. When it first came out, I probably would have given it like a 7 or an 8 because I thought this thing was awesome when it first came out. And, you know, Green Irish Tweed and this, they like kind of paved the way for a certain fresh, spicy kind of a scent profile. But now there's so many of them and everything like that. And I think this is reformulated a little bit. I don't think the performance is that much different, but I think the one before, when it first came out, had a bit more projection, and it was a little bit smoother and richer up top. But overall, it's pretty close to the same, but I think it is a little bit weaker, and it's a little bit more synthetic now than it was when it first came out, if memory serves me correctly. So, like I said, springtime, summertime, enjoyed by anybody, office friendly, kind of a fragrance. For the price, it's you know, I got this little bottle, this 1 ounce for like $10. It's great. Out of the shower and stuff like that or whatever. It's an awesome little fragrance for that. Performance is right at average, like 5-hour performing fragrance. Typical projection, 2 or 3 feet for about maybe an hour or so. So it's not bad for a fresh fragrance. It's pretty decent. So yeah, 5.5 out of 10. So I still like the scent profile. If you have a bunch of freshies, then you really don't need it. But if you got a little bit of a collection, what kind of collection doesn't have Nautica Voyage? What kind of collection doesn't have Davidoff Cool Water? You know what I mean? So it's just, for that purpose anyhow, it's good to have. So that's my final thoughts on Davidoff's Cool Water. Still a good fragrance today. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.